Yo guys, what is going on? Today we are doing predictions for the RLCS 22-23 World Championships that are going to be happening in Dusseldorf in a little over a week. This is wildcard. We'll do group stage and playoffs after that. And keep in mind these are my predictions. If you don't agree with my predictions, well then sucks because this is my list. So get into it. Starting out with collegiate, or not collegiate, complexity and Valiant. Rio. Get the easy ones out of the way. Rio. These guys are just getting destroyed. Moist, Gaming Gladiators. I can see Gaming taking a game, like literally just one game, but very unlikely. It's just a pity game at that point. Pioneers Twisted. Twisted is taking 3-1 through G1. So G1 hasn't been scrimming together, so they're kind of scrambling right now to get back into chemistry. Because like they already dropped players, like Mark by 8 was dropped, but that was because his contract ran out and he didn't renew it, or they didn't renew it. But they're still in World, so I can give it. I'm gonna give it to Crew, but I think it might be close. SSG Secret. I'm gonna give that to SSG. SSG's been looking amazing. Not 3-1. 3-1. Same with Oxygen. Oxygen has been doing okay. Like they're not the best team, but they're not the worst. But they're also up against Power. It's Power. I'm gonna give it to Power, but it's gonna be close. Elevate Falcons. Now I feel bad for Elevate. They kind of got the short end of the stick here. So I'm gonna give this to Falcons. 3-0. Like they didn't even get a chance to pick technically, which is kind of unlucky because based off of just spring major results, they didn't do good at all. But they also got a really unlucky bracket, playing Vitality early on, and then facing off. I think it was Liquid or Optic. I think it was Liquid. Yeah, it was Liquid. But here we have Complexity Power. Should be Complexity taking 3-1. G2 Crew. I could see it being 3-1. Falcons Twisted. Now this will be a good series. This series right here will be really good. Twisted has beat Falcons before in regionals and for their MENA regionals. Twisted Minds is a very good team. They actually almost beat out Rule 1 to go to the major. But I think Falcons is going to take 3-2 over Twisted. Now, Moist SSG. This will also be a really good series. I gotta think about this one. Moist is basically just a freestyle team at this point. Like, you have Cash and Joyo. Joyo came from freestyling, both very mechanical players. And then you have Juicy, which kind of ties the team together. SSG has Hoxer and LJ, two insane grinders that are both very mechanical. I'm gonna give it to SSG. 3-2. It's gonna be a close series. Both teams are very good. Oxygen Valiant. If Oxygen loses the series, then I don't know. Same thing with G1. I think by this point, Pioneers Elevate. Pioneers should be taking 3-1. Secret Gaming. Secret's gonna take 3-1. Is that all the games? Yeah. Okay. Starting at the top. So I should probably mention, this is Swiss stage, technically. So, what Swiss is, it's first team to win 3 games before you lose 3. You only play the teams that have the same record as you, as in Complexity only are playing SSG because they have won a game or have each won 2 series. Same thing with G2 Falcon. And then the rest of these teams are playing each other because they've lost or won the same amount. Like these all have lost 2 games each, or lost 2 series each. These ones have each won 1 and lost 1. So, okay, I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but standing on. Complexity SSG. Complexity looked good during Major. I don't think it was as good as SSG. SSG got a tough bracket early on. I mean, Complexity did have to beat Vitality, but they almost won. TRR kind of threw, missing the freest nut of his life. But I also think SSG has just looked better overall throughout the split. I'm going to give it to SSG, but it's going to be a close series. G2 Falcon. G2 has not been on a hot streak. Like, neither of these teams made Major. And honestly, Falcons only does good because they're in a minor region. Like, let's be honest here, the only 2 teams they have to compete with is Twisted Minds and Rule 1. Both teams are very talented. G2, I genuinely think will beat Falcons after an extremely close series. It just kind of depends on how good G2 is going to show up. How much G2 will show up and how much Falcons will show up. Like, I could see it going either way. Just know I think just G2 takes. Moist Secret. Okay. Moist. I don't even know why I was even thinking about that. It's going to be Moist 3-1. Twisted G1. Twisted's taking 3-2. 3-1. Crew Oxygen. I'm going to give this to Oxygen. 3-2. Crew is a very talented team, as I've been stating. That's all I can really say about them. I haven't watched them a lot, but when I do watch them, I do see them doing really good. And I don't think Oxygen is one of those teams that can, like, dominate a minor region team like Crew. Like, don't get me wrong, Oxygen does have a very good team. But I think Crew should be able to stand up to them and possibly even win. Like Oxygen just hasn't done good since Rise left. Once Rise left, I think Oxygen fell off completely. Now, Power Pioneers. Power looked really good during the split. Pioneers didn't make Major, so that's kind of a thing. But then again, Pioneers has also had time to grind and actually work on their stuff. Power was at Major, which is good for them, gives them more LAN experience, since they haven't really had much of that in the past. I think the last Major or LAN event they even went to was last year's Worlds. I don't think they made anything else. During the 22-23 season. Unless they made Rotterdam. I don't really remember that one that much. So I'm gonna give it 3-2 to Power. Gaming Gladiators Valiant. I think Gaming's gonna take, but it's gonna be close. It's gonna be 3-2. Valiant will be going home, and I think Elevate will take, because Realize is crazy. But like I said, it's gonna be a really close series. These two will be really close. The rest of these just will not. G2 taking first, but tied with Space Station. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just bots anyways. Complexity Twisted. I think Complexity will end up taking 3-2. Twisted again. Good team. Complexity is just better. Now this should be an easy sweep for Falcons. And then Moist should be winning 3-1 over Ox. G1 is most likely beating Elevate. 3-1, I want to say. Elevate only really has Realize. Virtuoso's good. I don't remember the other player on Elevate. But Realize is the only player that really stood out to me in the Spring Major. He's also the only player that scored their goals in the Spring Major, so that's a thing. Pioneers Gaming. Pioneers should be taking 2. Yeah, 2. True Secret. Battle of the South American team. I'm gonna give it to Crew, but like really close. I think this will be the best wild card we've ever had, personally. Last year's wild card wasn't that spectacular. I think Base Station really just kind of took over for their spots, and that's like the only thing I really remembered. Because I didn't really watch wild card that much. I honestly didn't even know what was going on at the time. And the only team I cared about was G2, who just made main event. Like, they just qualified straight through for main event. Twisted Crew, though. I think Crew is going to take. Twisted is a really good team, but I just think Twisted is going to crumble under the pressure. Since this is their first LAN event. Oxygen Pioneers, give me Oxygen. Power G1. Like, these are the decisions that I don't like, because Power is a decent team. G1 has been playing together. Obviously, this will be going on over the course of a week, so G1 will probably have more than enough time to get their chemistry back in order. So I think I'm going to give this to G1. So here is my wildcard predictions over here on the right. Top 8 obviously move on. Bottom 8 go home. Wildcard result. Already showed that. This is probably better. Now we go on to group stage. Start from the left and move over to the right. Move on to the right. So K-Corp, Crew. K-Corp is destroying Crew 3-0. Is this best of 7? Best of 5. I honestly do not. Either way, it doesn't matter. Same thing with BDS. BDS has looked dominant. Actually, I can see SSG taking a game. Either way, BDS is going to dominate. There's that. Liquid Moist. Now. I love Liquid to death, but I think Moist is going to take 3-2. Liquid has a Chronic, Patel, and Oski. Moist has Cash, Juicy, and Joyo. I think Moist... This will basically be like the battle of the mechanical players. The battle of the freestylers. Moist just has the better mechanics. I think Liquid is a very strong team. I just think Moist is better. Falcons is destroying Nip. Not even a challenge. I think Nip might take a game, but that's okay. We'll do lower bracket as well before we move on to the right. True SSG. SSG is taking 3-0. Liquid Nip. I'm gonna put it 3-1 Liquid. Back up to the top. K-Corp BDS. This was a really close series at Major. I still think BDS is gonna take, but it's gonna be 3-2. Falcons Moist. Moist will probably end up taking 3-2. Falcons SSG. I don't want this to happen. I don't want Falcons going home because I think they're a really good team and could do extremely well. So I think I'm gonna give it to SSG 3-2. But it could be a better scoring for SSG. It could also go to Falcons. Just kind of depends. K-Corp Liquid. K-Corp is taking 3-2. 3-1. 3-1. All right, Group B. Gen G G1. Give me G1 or Gen G Gzom. Rule 1 G2. Rule 1 did absolutely amazing during Major. That's the question. I'm a G2 fanboy day in and day out, but I genuinely don't think Rule 1 or G2 will beat Rule 1. Jesus, I could speak sometime this year. I do think it's going to be kind of close. I have faith in G2 to be able to come back from the slump they've been in. Vitality, Oxygen. Vitality is destroying Oxygen 3-1. It's like not even close. FaZe Complexity. As much as I would love to say FaZe hasn't looked the same since that Winter Major. Like, their streak against NA players might be okay, but I don't think they're gonna do much better this major. So I think Complexity is gonna take 3-2. As much as I would love to give this the benefit of the doubt. Wait, I gotta do lower bracket first. G2 G1 gonna be a repeat. Gonna be 3-1 or 3-2. Oxygen FaZe 3-2. Now Gen G Rule 1. This series was absolutely amazing. Rawas played amazing. Mawson and Killiers also did fantastic. Rawas's defense is crazy. I think Rule 1 will end up taking, but like after a really close series. Vitality Complexity. Give me Vitality. 3-1. Or nah, 3-2. Another really close series. These guys are qualifying. G2 Complexity. I think these teams are both very good. I think they play extremely similar. Pass heavy, team play heavy. I think G2 might end up taking if they get extremely lucky. But just for the sake of it, because I really want G2 to look good this series, or this world, I'm going to give it to G2. Now, FaZe Gen G, though, that's a different story. Gen G looked good at Major, beating out... They even beat out FaZe in the Spring Regional 3. I think that's the Invitational. But anyways, Gen G did really good. I think I'm going to give it to Gen G 3-2. FaZe, again, just hasn't looked the same since Winter Major. They haven't looked as dominant. Losing to teams like Optic before they were back where they were. SSG before they started dominating like they have been now. And yeah. Playoff. Grand Finals. Quarterfinals, Grand Finals, final result, 2014 bracket. Cool. So, BDS Gen G. This is single elimination. So, BDS Gen G. Give me BDS. Oh, wait, best of 7. So, give me that for 2. Gen G would be going home, taking 8th place. Moist G2. 4-3. Both teams are extremely talented. I really want to see G2 win, but I just don't believe it's going to happen. I think they make 7th place, which would be really good for them. Or wait, no, 8th place. Yeah. It all bases off of placements and stuff. So. Rule 1, K-Corp. K-Corp did look really good, but I think if Rule 1 plays the way they know they can, like in that Vitality series, that 11, or was it 15 minute? However long the overtime was, I think Rule 1 will take. They just gotta play their hearts out. But at the same time, that happening again is almost unlikely, so I'm going to give it a Corp. Vitality SSG, give me that for 2. BDS Moist. I think BDS will end up taking 4-2. Take Court Vitality. This was another really, really good series in Spring Major. 4-3. Now, I don't want to count BDS short. They did beat Vitality early on in the Spring Major. I really, really want to see Vitality win this not the major, but the World Championship. Go 5 for 5 on RLCS events during Spring Split. Now that would be crazy. That would actually be insane. I do think Vitality has looked the best overall for every single team in this entire split. This entire season, no less. That's including fall, winter, spring, all of it. I think it is going to go to 7, 4-3, Vitality winning. Now, let me know down below what you think of my decisions, my choices, whatever. I think this is the most fair I could get outside of G2 Copium. But like even going back to this, I don't think it would really make a difference. Rule 1 is already moving on over Gen G. And I don't think Complexity was going to do much better if they beat G2. Outside of that, I think this is a really good list. I think this is good placements. Either way, I really just want to see Vitality do really good. Rule 1 and G2. Those are my 3 teams I'm looking forward to seeing play. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.